Hey there, welcome to KathyLanham.com, the place to be if you want to be a savvy side hustler and develop your strengths and talents and bless not only your family but the world. And today we are going to be talking about a great topic, and it's seasons of life and your strengths. So I hope that you're going to be able to stick with us. Grab your journal, a pen, mug of your favorite beverage, and let's get started. Okay, today's episode, we are going to be talking about your strengths, and not only your strengths, but the season. And there are so many choices. If you are a gifted individual, if you're a young mom staying at home and you're frustrated and you know you have more, if you are a burned out executive and you're doing your job, but you know you have gifts and talents that are not being served where you are right now, then it might be that a savvy side hustle is for you. And I'm going to guess if you're looking at this little video at this time, you're kind of searching that out. So I want to help you to consider the possibilities. Now, I was blessed years ago to meet DeWitt Jones. One of my side hustles or passions, side passions and hobbies is that of photography. And I was privileged to hear DeWitt Jones years ago, and his topic was picture the possibilities. And that's what I want you to do when you consider what it is that you bring to the world. Picture the possibilities, because where you are now does not necessarily have to be where you end up. And when you picture the possibilities, you focus on opportunity, not scarcity. You find what's working in your life and you capitalize on it, and you keep looking for the next possible answer. Now, there are so many opportunities now that are available to us that were not available, say, 10, 15, 30 years ago. They just weren't available, but they are now. But before we talk about all the ways that you can exploit, exercise, and use your gifts and talents, I want to rein that back a little bit, and I want to speak directly to all of you young moms. Now, I know that I have single people. I know that I have men. I know I have different personalities and different folks on this broadcast. And I'm thankful for each and every one of you. But I want to just take a second to speak to you moms, because if you are in the season of life that you have a bunch of littles that are depending on you, that is a great season to be in. It's frustrating, it's overwhelming, it's tiring, but you have a full-time job. And I really want to be the first one. If you haven't been affirmed in that in a while, I want to just affirm you. And in that, I'm going to say, guys, everyone, now I'm talking to my whole audience. We have seasons of life that we go through. And a season is not going to define your destiny. It is a time period. It is for just a season that you're in. So if it's that you are in that in-between where you just graduated college, or you're not even going to college and you're trying to figure out what the heck you want to do with your life, that's a season, because that will come to an end. If you're a young mom and you're overwhelmed and you have a degree but you're not using it and you're frustrated and you know that you have so much more, it's a season, and they pass way quicker than you think. Maybe you're the mom that's in the throes of it and you've got middle schoolers or high schoolers and you just hope they get out of your house alive. That's a season. If you're a dad that's struggling, trying to find identity, or maybe just a man going, you know what, I was made for more than this, it's a season. And then we may take you tipping over to the other side. Maybe you're an empty nester and you just don't know what to do with yourself. You've lost your voice through the years, and here you are. Or maybe you're a grandma and you want to have a positive impact on the world. Regardless of where you are, I just want to remind you that it is for a season. And I want to encourage you, embrace the season that you're in. Use your energy to find all of the positive things that are happening now in your life. When you do that, then that opens you up to so many more possibilities. And so often we want to complain and we want to kick against the goads and we want to rail against where we are rather than being present in the moment and enjoying it. So whatever your season, I want to be an encourager and encouragement both to you to enjoy your season, to live your life as just to the fullest where you are. But then if there's room for a side hustle, if there's room to be more savvy, then I want to encourage you to do that as well. So that starts with, what are your gifts? One of my passions is to help you to develop your God-given gifts and talents that I believe are unique to you, that only you can bring it to the world. And so maybe you're going, yeah, that's a great idea. I got no clue. How do I even know? So if you have church as a background and you want to approach it from a ministerial view, there are all types of Bible studies and tests you can take to determine your spiritual gifts. And of course, there are several different passages in the Bible where you can go and you can seek those out, and you can ask the Lord, you can pray, and you can ask the Lord, what are those gifts that you've given me? What is that you want me to do with my life? And then if we're looking in a more secular way, an old standard is Strength Finders 2.0 by Tom Rath. Now, this has been updated and upgraded by Gallup.com to Clifton Strengths. And I want to tell you and encourage you that if you get these online or from your library, or if you're buying them used, you want to make sure that when you do these or do it on the online test, the online version, that you get a version where it's ensured that your code, so there's a free code here for you so that you can access their test. You want to make sure that that code has not already been used. So imagine my surprise when I bought one. I was like, oh yeah, I'll go do this. And I picked one up at a thrift store or a half-price bookstore, and the code had already been used. So I'd spent my little 50 cents on my book, and it was already used. So make sure that you're getting a new copy. But there's things that this discovers, this helps you to figure out, is what is your strength? What is your gifting? What is your talented? And then what are the positive aspects of that gift? And what are the negative aspects? What do you have to look out for? Are you an activator? Are you a woo? Are you positivity? Are you belief? Are you encouragement? Are you a catalyst? Are you detail oriented? I'm trying to think of all the ones that I am not. Are you an achiever? Are you an adapter? Are you analytical? Do you have the gift of being an arranger, belief, command, communication, competition, connectedness? So there's all of these different strengths, and you're going to find out that you have lots of strengths. You have lots of talents, that you have a ton of worth and value to bring to the world. So I want to encourage you to just spend a few minutes and to look online and to see, where are the free tests, where are the tests that you can afford, so that you can bring that experience, that you can answer those questions, and you can figure out maybe what are your strengths. Another way to do that too, in addition to these tests, is for what things, for what character traits, for what talents are you frequently encouraged? Or do people comment, man, you are such a great fill in the blank. You're the best party host. I always love coming to your events because you always do such a good job of making us all feel welcome. So where do people affirm you? That's kind of a good, think of where you get your compliments if you need some help in this area, and that might be a great place to start. And then let's switch now to, you've got these strengths, you're going to figure out what they are, you kind of know where you stand, and then, oh my gosh, what do I do with that? There are so many opportunities. There's so many different ways to go. And if you're a big picture global, or if you're creative, I'm going to just about guess that, like me, you've got so many things going on that you find it hard to just focus in on one. Because, well, you're really good in here, and you're really interested in this, and you really want to do this, and you really want to do this, and it's just like a boogie, 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 boogie. And I've said it before, you're kind of like a hamster in a little ball, So how do you focus in? How do you find what it is that you're the best match for? So if you're looking at network marketing, if you're looking at direct sales, if you're looking at bringing a service coaching skill to the world, then I'm going to encourage you with a couple of tips that maybe you can look at. So first of all, what are your strengths, and what does it align with? What does that work well for you with? Next is, what are your passions? What are the things that you enjoy? Now, this is kind of getting a bad rap these days. It's a little bit overused because we think, or I'm seeing particularly in a lot of my clients or folks that I coach that are younger than me, that, oh, well, if this doesn't work after a couple of weeks, I'm just going to quit and go try something different. You can't always be just chasing passions. Your passion has to line up with your strengths and your skills. Easy for me to say. The other thing is, what is your work ethic like? Because networking marketing, while it is an easy job, it's not simple. It's simple, it's not easy. It does require a lot of hard work. Do you have the work ethic that it takes to line yourself up to do the thing that might be your passion? So for an example, what I have is a friend of mine is a baker. She's amazing and she's incredible. She does not mind getting up at the crack of dawn before the sun has even had a chance to peep out from behind the clouds. She is up, she is baking, she's creating, and it fuels her passion to do that. Okay, I don't have that same drive to bake. That's not going to be me. If I have to get up at the crack before the crack of dawn, it's not going to happen. But what is your work ethic? Are you willing to work your day job to make your side hustle happen? Are you willing to put in the time that it takes? Are you willing to have a work ethic to lay off the popular TV shows or the binge watching or the games and mindlessly playing computer games? Are you willing to set that aside in pursuit of your dreams? Because that's huge. Then if you're looking at a network marketing business, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Does the product and your passion align? Now, whomever it is that is looking to enroll you, to sign you up, to recruit you, they're going to love to do that because then they've got a great person on their team. But here's my question for you to carefully consider. Do you actually like the person that you're talking to? Do you get along well? Do you have a synergy? Because if you don't, that is the biggest deterrent to moving forward in your business once you get started. Is the person that you're talking to that's considering to have you, you're considering joining your team, are they considerate and kind? Are they willing to hold your hand? Are they more matter of fact? It's all about the money, give me the facts. So what kind of personality are you? What kind of person are you looking to join up with, to hook up with? And then when we look at the business that you're actually going to be in, is it a business that requires you to have a lot of upfront money investment? Do you have to have a large inventory investment? And then what is the turnaround for your inventory? So do you have to have new inventory every quarter, every season? How does that play in with you? Do you have the room in your house physically to store and set up your mini store? How is your husband on this journey? So those are kinds of some questions that you may want to look at and to consider before you jump in to be a savvy side hustler, because your most savvy side hustle is going to be when all of that comes together, when you find a product that you love that actually works, that you can share with conviction and passion. You like the upline, or you love the upline that you're working with, or your sponsor, because they are further along than you in the field and they can instruct and help and encourage you. And then you want to actually have an opportunity. So you want to have room to grow. You want to have founder shares. You want to have profit sharing. You want to have bonuses and trips that you can earn. So all of those are some of the caveats and some of the perks. So as you are at home, as you are considering what are your strengths, what are your passions, I don't know, there's just so many options. Let me encourage you to help bring that in. Give yourself a little focus. Take a test or two. Ask people, hey, what do you think I would be good at? And then once you start doing that, then you can start exploring all of the possibilities. Because the beautiful thing is, there's never just one way to do something. Your voice and your gifts are unique, and you're the only one that can bring it to the world. So I'm just going to ask you, why would you deprive the world that we're waiting? Now, if you've gotten some valuable content out of this, or you know a friend that could use maybe some encouragement or some help in this direction, give me a like and share it away. We would love to have that. And if you want to be, I'd be honored if you'd want to subscribe. And as you bring your personal gifts and talents to the world, as you seek where it is that your strengths lie and your season of life, how that comes together, then I want to encourage you to go be a blessing. Because like always, if you go to be a blessing, you can't help but be blessed in return. Thanks so much. And until next time, have a great day, night, afternoon. Take care.